Monster Hunter Wilds comes out in 33 days, and each of those days we're going to talk about a different monster. Yesterday we talked about our friend Gypceros. Today we're going to talk about Lagiacrus. Now, a lot of people like to give me guff when I pronounce it that way, but that's the correct pronunciation. I've heard people say Lagiacrus. Here's the original Japanese name. Lagiacrus. Lagiacrus. Of course, Monster Hunter World pronounced this Tigrex, and I hated that. So I don't know, do whatever the heck you want. Back to this guy. He originally appeared in Monster Hunter 3, which introduced us to the Leviathan Wyvern. This includes SpongeBob, Ludroth, Gobul, and a few other interesting monsters. What's his claim to fame? He shoots electricity off those spikes on his back, and is in every way a cooler electric monster than Khezu. And don't get me wrong, I like Khezu. So what's his story? Moga Village, the village by the sea that you find yourself in Monster Hunter 3, is plagued by earthquakes. They think it's this guy, but it's actually a very large elder dragon slamming giant horns against walls to try and get them to shed. I believe his name is pronounced Ceadeus, but I could be wrong. Now, fun fact, in a very early build of Monster Hunter World, we see Lagiacrus. The problem is, when they started building the game, they were having rigging issues. What that means is basically the skeleton was interacting with the environment and his head was just going all over the place. Which sounds absolutely hilarious, but I see why they didn't want it in the game. Leviathan saw a return in Monster Hunter Rise, but puzzlingly they didn't include Lagiacrus. Now, fun story, the first time I played Monster Hunter Tri, I jumped in blind. I didn't read anything about it. I'm doing the same with Monster Hunter Wild. And when I saw this, the first mission we got was to repel it. And I had never seen a monster like this before, so my thought was, this is our Elder Dragon. But it's not our Elder Dragon, and I think we were supposed to think that. I think it was supposed to fool us up until we saw Ceadeus. But I remember after the first 2 generations, seeing all these new monsters was super cool. I was just a little annoyed that a lot of the old ones weren't showing up. Another fun story, Plesioth. I was actually looking forward to seeing Plesioth in Monster Hunter Tri because we'd spent so much time trying to coax him out of the water. And the satisfaction of saying, oh no, and jumping in after him would have been so good. And we did get that in 3 Ultimate. Unfortunately, we also got the hip check. But you know what? I'm glad this guy's coming back. He's a really cool monster. And it was rather shocking that he wasn't the Elder Dragon. Ve Victus, save awesome. We'll see you tomorrow for another monster. And we'll see you on February 28th because I will be streaming Monster Hunter Wilds because I'm not going to be able to stop playing it.